unfairness, and also the entry of Elon Musk's kind of, a different set of doing things. Does that mean that Safaricom has to step up its game? And if it has, which areas does it have to step in its game so that it can compete favorably with the giant? You know very well that Elon Musk is a giant in this particular context, and is somebody, is not confined to the local aspect. I'm meant to understand that Safaricom is not that much expansive in Africa. Yeah. Maybe it has extended its antennas to Ethiopia, a little bit of Uganda and Tanzania. Yeah. You see, and I feel like Elon Musk has stepped up his game. So if there is any kind of competitive edge, what Safaricom has to do, to offset that kind of competitive edge?
I hear you, Shalok.
Yes.
And immediately when Starlink entered Kenya,
yes,
Safaricom had two major options. One is to try to curtail that particular entrance, and two, to step up its innovation and the service that they are providing, factor in the aspect of creativity, so that now they can match, the game that Starlink is playing, the level that it's playing on. But Safaricom did not choose the latter choice. They decided that they are going to court. They cannot compete with these people,
yes,
and they will not be allowed, to provide its services in Kenya. Yeah, and majorly they were proceeding the premise that these particular people have not been licensed by the communication authority.
Yes.
There's a problem when it comes to compliance and regulations. So there's a myriad of grounds which are justifiable, yes, that Safaricom is coming from, But when it comes to fair competition, Safaricom feels threatened at the moment.
It has to.
Yeah, they are unjustifiably so.
Exactly.
They are feeling threatened because the types of facilities, infrastructure that Starlink are using are not the ones that Safaricom are using.
High tech.
These guys are relying on satellites.
Yes.
While our people, the biggest corporation in East Africa,
yes,
Safaricom, is utilizing the towers, the traditional towers, fiber optics, and these other traditional ways of disseminating the services, the data connection.
Yes.
So the competition is on a higher level, and they are seeing that they are being crushed by this particular giant. And people are even joking,
yes,
that the time is coming when Safaricom will only be providing the service of M-Pesa. It's only M-Pesa that will
and I think that is the only thing that it has mastered.
Yeah,
maybe they just focused on providing some meager services, and then they forgot that there is the larger audience out there that they could equally need their services that they fail to provide.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that the Safaricom has to step up.
Yeah.
It is delivery, its services.
Yeah.
And recently I realized that, they realized that, hey, there is a big competitor who is coming into the market.
Yeah.
And they stepped up their, the data presentation. Like nowadays you can have a limited package that used to be like, let's say, between a service that was covering between 5 Mbps to 15. They stepped up that one to 15 to 20, the same package.
Yeah.
And I realized maybe they realized that they have to step it up. Otherwise, they will be, removed or eradicated out of the market.
But again, you see the things that Safaricom have to work on are really more than just the pricing, of the data, so that they data plans that they offer.
Yeah.
Why am I saying that? Because fundamentally, one of the advantages that Starlink have is that their connection is not limited to certain geographic areas. Even in remotest areas of Africa, people can still use this particular thing, and you do not need a lot of things to install it.
Yes.
That's fundamentally one of the things that is very challenging for Safaricom, because you have been hearing people claim that Safaricom would give you 1 GB or 2 GB for an hour, and then it fails to work until it's 5 minutes is remaining, and then it works on optimal levels.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that Safaricom has to look into. It's penetration into the remote areas of our country.
Something that Elon Musk has capitalized on.
Exactly.
Is this an ulterior motive? Is this a witch hunt? I think Safaricom needs really to step up its game. Otherwise, it's going to lose its customers.
Absolutely.
And I also think that Elon Musk realized that because this particular gadget is specifically suited for those particular remote areas. And given the fact that it works with the low orbiting satellite, and it's able to maneuver through, and people who are even at the remote places, they are able to cover up that. And the game that Safaricom needs to maybe to play up with is to be able to make sure that these remote areas are linked or connected to their services. Otherwise, they're likely to lose their customers.
Or even one of the things Safaricom I think should look into is what else can they provide. You know, they have not been fundamentally relying on data purchases for their survival as a corporation. They should look beyond just what they have been doing, the traditional services that they have been providing. Because you see, they have a point. When they are approaching the Communication Authority of Kenya and trying to curtail, the provision of the services by Starlink, of internet services by Starlink, they are making very good, they have very good arguments that can be justified, that are very reasonable, because Safaricom are paying massive taxes in this particular country. And then we have the issue of data protection. We have the element of ensuring that it also provides for jobs for our people. This particular guy, Elon Musk, is not in Kenya.
Wait.
His company is not here.
Does that now mean that, you see, given the fact that Safaricom pays heavy tax to the same country, maybe Elon Musk doesn't do that. I think there is a way that maybe there is that one will also legalize, or maybe even advise on the same. How does Elon Musk now contribute to the tax of this particular country as much as his particular services are being extended in this particular country? Now, you mentioned of Safaricom has employed people. Safaricom, it pays the tax. Safaricom is bound to this particular country, and therefore is a law-abiding kind of service provider to its citizens. And it has set a motion. I mean, it has set a suit to curtail Elon Musk's, agendas, especially in Kenya. What does that mean to social rights of the consumers? Does that mean that Safaricom wants like literally to suppress, to keep on suppressing? Because to me, it feels like Safaricom has to be able to provide choices, like there has to be
actually I hear you, and that's one of the grounds that kituo cha sheria has gone to court for against the Safaricom in support of Starlink. So we have two types of petitions here. One by Safaricom trying to petition the Communications Authority to curtail these people, and then there is that one of Safaricom of kituo cha sheria trying to suppress the efforts by Safaricom and trying to allow Starlink. And this particular move by kituo cha sheria is premised under the Constitution of Kenya, Article 46 on consumer rights. These particular people are saying that Kenyans should have the ability to choose between a range of services. If Safaricom are not providing better service than these other people,
then they go for
let them have it. We have been saying in Kenya that now we are moving digital, and we want to. The president has been saying, when referring to Taptengele and other places, that in Kenya right now we are moving towards online jobs. You can be working remotely. How can you work remotely in a place like the remote areas of Baringo, where
when you are remotely not enhanced?
You are not enhanced technologically. So if with Starlink, people can do a lot. They can really do a lot. And I think the point of taxation, insofar as Starlink is concerned, can be mitigated at the point of entry of the gadgets. Because those particular gadgets, let's not really focus primarily on the waves and the satellite and what it does, but on the gadgets that they, because the services are cheaper when you are subscribing, you know, the usual subscriptions. Yeah, but purchasing that particular gadget is expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
Yes.
And it's not that affordable like buying a line, for Safaricom.
Line,
yeah, buying a Safaricom line. So there's that issue of trying to you can tax the gadgets. The government can get something from it.
Amazing.
Yeah, and the government even knows that with service enhanced service provision of internet services. So that means that the citizens can really do a lot. It can be utilized. The economy has even the potential of being boosted by such things. However, we are not downplaying the role that Safaricom is doing. We're just saying that it's high time you try and be innovative. You have been enjoying monopoly, and a lot of corporations in Kenya.
Safaricom has been enjoying monopoly. It is high time that they change their services. Even wabadilishe hiyo kitu itoke greedy ikuwe kitu kingine.
Absolutely.
You know, I think it is high time these guys, they really need to up the game. And I do agree with you that at that particular point of the entry of those kits, they are much expensive than their service, the subscriptions rather, should I say. And I happen to have one, and I cannot work with that one here in town because it usually works with a clear service, a clear sky. And you know, these urban developments, the tall, the skyscrapers, you are not able to, if you're living, let's say, 3rd floor, 5th floor, and the whole thing goes to 10th floor, you're not able to put that particular thing up, then you know, scan the sky, and it can't give you 100% service or the same. And that's where Safaricom comes in handy. And I think it is a good thing, so that a monopoly that Safaricom has all this time been enjoying, needs to get to a point whereby they need to wake up. Let's come up with the ideas, innovation.
And I think even it's not even Safaricom only. Other companies in Kenya have been doing the same for the longest time. Having unfair practices to ensure that other corporations, small corporations, are suppressed. EABL, the breweries company. So Safaricom, we are seeing it doing that. Kenya Power has been doing that for the longest time. And Kenya Power can tell us that we won't be having power for 3 hours, 4 hours, and there's nothing you can do. Simply because these people are enjoying the rights, you know, of entry, exit. There's the autonomy of services. There's no it's what we call homogeneity of services. There's no
competitive edge
within a competitive edge for the service that they provide. So I think Safaricom should look into how can we cooperate with these people or compete fairly. If you cannot compete fairly, if you cannot compete adequately, if you cannot compete without falling off the grid, as far as your services are concerned, then find a way of cooperating, of working together.
That means that if Safaricom is listening to this, they need to step up their game. For example, right, you say that they need to cooperate with the KPLC. Now, KPLC has managed to be able to get to the interior. You realize that one, that Kenya is opening up to the world. But they don't have to be limited to some geographical areas. Safaricom has to extensively be able to explore, you know, expose those particular interior places that that Elon Musk is capitalizing. Instead of just setting up a suit rolling, trying to curtail somebody, trying to cut their legs. This guy is so big, is doing good in, you know, in Africa now. He's in Zambia, Uganda. I don't know, shortly there's some other countries that have really embraced.
Even Zimbabwe recently.
The
struggling Zimbabwe has.
Even Zimbabwe, they are going to curtail this guy. They're like,
But you know, one of the things that even these big corporations are looking into when they are deciding to invest in bring their services in countries like Kenya is the fact that Kenya is a liberal country. You have to realize that Kenya is way ahead of most of the African countries because we opened up our markets way back. We did not chase other people. We did not socialize production. We did not socialization and socialism as an aspect. We did not go the path of Tanzania of trying to make everything be owned by the government.
Socialism.
In Kenya we have something we call social mobility. If you are sharp, you want to climb the ladder of production and somewhere, you have a chance. You always have the chance. Actually, that's the beauty of our country. If you are in the good environment to flourish, and you can always go up. In Kenya, you can always do that. That's one of the systems that allows us to have hope. in our motherland.
Yeah.
But again, so the fact that we are liberal, we can do business with other people. But these things even contribute to our ratings. Even when we were asking for debts from IMF and World Bank,
They look at
these things. They look at how freely
how liberal, how
do
freely are we
business
doing
with
with other people.
Yeah. That's one of the things they look at. So there are a myriad of things that really inform such things. These businesses coming to Africa, coming to Kenya to do their business, and it's a welcome call. And I don't think that Safaricom and other service providers in Kenya should feel. You have not heard Airtel say anything about it.
Airtel, I think Airtel, they are celebrating.
Yeah, they are even fine.
Behind the
They don't have a
curtains.
problem.
They're like, God is good.
So it means it's all these guys who are enjoying monopoly. They do not
And
care about us. They care about their monopoly.
It's
they
like
want to continue monopolizing this thing, and they know that the government has incredible, substantial shares in that particular corporation. So they want some kind of protection from the government.
I get you.
And so Elon Musk is doing so many things right now in the world. And
he cannot be dragged into this tiny little kind of a war.
And he'll always do it. You saw what he's doing in Brazil right now.
Yes. The big country. What?
And he's going head on with that particular country.
I saw
one
that
individual against the entire country.
Against this particular,
So a lot of people are skeptical about it. They are saying that Elon Musk needs to be curtailed. He needs to be stopped. He needs to be put
in place, like in his position.
But other people are saying the guy is transforming the world. If he likes something, he goes,
just go for it.
Yeah, but if the government is to, of course, allow him to just provide the services here, we should have regulations, regulation frameworks to ensure that if the data of the users, if any, is regulated, is protected, and we do not have breaches. They should ensure that its citizens, can consume this thing without much hindrance, so that now it doesn't become. We do not reach a point where it's like we are being colonized, or this guy is just bombarding things here, and we are not doing anything as a country.
No, but of course I do agree at that particular point you said. But do you think that Safaricom, or maybe Safaricom is looking at the favor of the government, that hey, you know what, these people are coming into, they're taking us out of the market. Is there a way that, do you think that this thing is going to succeed? The suit that is still there between Elon Musk and Safaricom. Now, given the fact that we've mentioned about that Elon Musk cannot be dragged into tiny little wars, Safaricom versus Elon, it's like Goliath and David. Okay, but of course Goliath and David did,
But I understand the
understand the thing. But I think Elon Musk, whatever is on the Starlink and his kind of provision of services, his game is way beyond. He cannot be dragged into this particular tiny matters here. And number two, the social rights of our consumers, social rights. To some extent, I feel like they've been, what about those people who feel like they need to work with social, to work with the...
Anything? Okay.
We can, isn't it? What about these particular social rights? Do you think that there's some people who would want or who would wish really to have some different test of things in the market, and they don't want to be dragged, or they don't want the monopoly of Safaricom? They want to test of things. And Safaricom is trying to set up these to curtail that. I mean, to be able to make
you see,
social rights are
one of the things that even Safaricom really will, that their petition might not succeed likely, is the fact that one, it's so hard to curtail the entrance of Starlink, because one is a satellite. That's one. Two, people are always free to buy the kits.
Exactly.
Yeah. If it's not locally provided, they'll ship them. People always look for ways to get them online using online platforms like the Alibaba,
yes,
and all these other platforms that like you can get things and import them from outside. So it's so hard really to contain them. And also, it's not dangerous at the point of consumption. If they would have proceeded from a position of this thing is not favoring Kenyans, this thing is dangerous, or this thing, or they can prove that there is some element of competition that is unfair. We would have said now, the Competition Act can step in, and the regulations therein can step in and protect them.
But to cut you long, but to cut you short, just hold on this
no problem.
But do you think that there are still those particular the competition aspect that has been unfair that Starlink is offering the same not the same packages, slightly higher packages and at a cheaper price. Something that Safaricom thinks that, hey, you know what, we've not been doing that.
Yeah.
You know, you need to come and reason at our end.
Yeah.
And I think so far so good, Safaricom feels like that age that is comparatively, you know, trying to put Starlink at a better age than Safaricom.
Yeah.
That it's offering the package that Safaricom was offering. Just to be more practical, is that Safaricom used to offer 50 gigabytes, that's GB, for 1,000. How much was that? For 4,000. And then Starlink, Elon Musk comes with the same 50 gigabytes at 1,300 at 1,300 shillings. So unless that one has changed, because it keeps on, you know, fluctuating. Safaricom feels like there is that ambiguity, something that maybe we'll see either the consumers of the same trying to forgo this to the other. And I feel like Safaricom has the ground to argue their case.
There's good points there, because one of the things, having cutthroat prices that unfairly competes with the other corporation, you know, Safaricom to be specific.
Yes.
It's like the situation of China Square. It was China Square.
China Square, exactly.
The other one of that particular shop that people buying lots of
massively from there
at way cheaper prices.
Is that allowed? Shops. What is that?
It's not allowed. That's unfair.
that is like,
that's
what?
Unfair. You know, you are effectively kicking other people out of business.
Wait. What do you, to you, is that fair?
No. Legally, that's not fair. Legally, that's not fair, because when we talk about competition, according to the law, we are looking into ensuring that these people are playing on nearly the same scale. Yeah, even if the pricing is, you have the freedom of controlling your own pricing. You cannot put into place other factors that ensure people cannot exist in that particular business.
Unless you're an NGO.
So unless you are just giving out, you are not making profit. But if we are all struggling in pursuit of profits, and then you are selling them in way cheaper prices, then that's unfair to the other people. But you have to take into consideration the fact that it's so expensive to buy that kit for Starlink.
Very true.
So I think the only defense that they will have is that this particular thing is so expensive.
Very expensive again, with the initial installation of the same.
And Safaricom is very cheap.
Very cheap.
So we are on the same ground.
As we're winding up, it is a good thing that Elon Musk has shown that, hey, Africans and even the Kenyans, that there are many dimensions in which we are not really supposed to be curtailed, that we can always be having maybe one product and the monopoly with the same. There's going to be, this is healthy competition, so that at least Safaricom can boost their their services and extend their antennas, even as. You see, I heard that recently, they are trying to reach out to the other countries like Ethiopia, yet they have not fully exploited and covered the whole of Africa in terms of geographical coverage to have many customers on board so that they're able to enjoy their product. And that is to me, but again, I want to say, good that we pause it at this particular point, and then maybe this will mark, of course, the first episode of this particular work. And then when we meet, we'll be talking about other matters that will be pertaining. First of all, the Africans to be reparations, in other words. That is the next episode, so you stay tuned. And in case you bumped across this particular channel for the first time, you're maybe a good friend of yours did refer you to this channel, how about a thumbs up? And do drop us a tiny little comment in the comment section. Let us exactly get to know of your sentiments of what you thought of this particular episode. And of course, much important, Starlink entry in as a Safaricom. Now, is that
as the consumers, what do they think?
Yeah, exactly, as the consumers, what exactly you think. And we'll see you next in the next episode. Stay tuned.